Swag, swag, swag. We started this rap game. Korean rappers picked it up and now they getting fame.
What's up everyone, it's Mike, and today I am back with another video to answer some of my Korean friends' questions about black people. So our first question of the day is...
So Mike, how was it being a black person back in school?
So my story is kind of interesting. So I went to a fine art school where they were mostly black, white, Hispanic, and Asian students, but mostly black and white students. And I am from Georgia, which is all the way in the southern part of the US. And so things got a little awkward when we were in class and we talked about things such as slavery.
When I say slavery, you say sorry, slavery. Sorry.
But for the most part, my school life was great. Also, many other black students have great school lives as well. They'll go to nice public and private schools. But there's also a lot of black students who may not go to the best schools that might not be as safe, or they might have things such as violence or drug issues. But the amount of black students that have these problems is not as big as the media would portray that it is.
Scene 5, take 2.
You sold me out, son. Now you're gonna end up with a bullet in your head for me.
All right, our second question is...
How do black people deal with the discrimination when they experience in America?
So I'm gonna try to answer this in the best way possible without going down a rabbit hole. Black people, when we face discrimination, we peacefully protest. Now, there are some people who do not protest peacefully. Of course, you'll always have people like that exist, but for the most part, black people have been discriminated against for centuries. And as a result, we learn to fight peacefully, to stand up, make our voices heard, and to not give up. But if you were to ask how I'm discriminated against in Korea, let me tell you. For one, my brush. Whenever I buy a brush here, I have to buy a shoe brush. And so when I buy the brush, people laugh at me, especially when I start brushing my hair. So for some odd reason, that's really funny, the fact that I am brushing my hair with a shoe brush, when you know back home, we can buy something like that from Wally World, right? All right, so for the next two questions, I have them written on a notepad because the people who asked them did not want to be shown on camera. So our next question is, why is it that black people are so good at sport? I don't know if being black actually has anything to do with me being good at sports. The thing is that I have been doing sports ever since I've been in kindergarten. So as you know, back home, a lot of times when we come home, we do our homework. And then after we finish our homework, our parents kick us out the house. And make us go play for hours. Now, doing that as a kid, every day, playing for hours, whether it's basketball, jumping on a trampoline, playing hide and seek, you build these athletic skills. But in contrast to a lot of the Korean students, when they finish school, they have to go to Hagwon and they have to study there for hours every day. So they get really smart, but they never really get that physical conditioning that a lot of us get back home in the States. So for our last question, why is it that black people are so good at rapping? Well, dude, it's in our culture. I mean, we started it in the US. I mean, I guess you could say that we got
swag, swag, swag. We started this rap game. Korean rappers picked it up and now they getting fame. Spin is a part of our culture. We've been doing this for years. The way we rap it, the way we trap it, it's gonna bring you to tears. Thanks for watching this. You know I appreciate it. The channel gonna rise to the top. We gon' make it. If you like the video, make sure you subscribe. Because if you don't, there's a chance my channel won't survive.
we're not gonna survive.
Till the next video, make sure y'all take care. And the way I end this rap